Okay guys, we need to drill out or make a cheater bar. So a cheater bar is a long piece of metal. This has got a bit of weight in it because this came out of the photocopier that I did out of one of the other videos, which I'll have to list. And drill the hole into the end of it and then pop your hex screwdriver in, because you've got, and if you look there, Loctite on it. So you need this to give it the extra pull to turn these around to whichever way you want. Then you can use your normal one to actually get in there and unscrew it like this. And once you've done that, you can undo it, take it apart and get to your earth lead, which is in there. Once unscrewed, you need to undo this screw here, because that's your earth from the other end of the cable, which you need to get off because the other one's up in here. I think it's this one here is the long one. So you'll be looking, this would be the short one, that's the long one over there. Okay, you have to undo that bit there. I don't know, hold on. I haven't got a really good shot of that bit there. So you work it around all angles. This start from this side, go this side, then that side, then work it backwards and forwards. And then you have to undo the screw that sits up here. This is earth. And then you've got to get the cable out. And you have to snap. You can't get the tie unless you go from above. So if I can get the top. There it is there. There's the tie. It needs to come off. And it's only got a little. To get this cable out, you've got to turn it on its ends to get it to actually come out. If you try and go that way, you're only going to not be able to get it out. So that's out now. Feeding it back in, you need to do it exactly the same way as you pulled it out. Okay, just clipped in the main bit. There's a little bit of a ratchet system, so it has to come upwards. When you look at it, you'll see it. Can't get it out now, but yeah, I would have taken a video of it otherwise. On here, you'll see the ratchet system here. This goes upwards like that when you're going to put it into there. Right, let's keep moving on. Okay, so this cable's way too long for this job. The actual connector's back here. We'll have to sort something out there. And the other thing is the earth is too short, so I'm going to have to cut that off and solder the old earth, which is over there and it's very long, onto there so I can cut around here. And I've accidentally undone the Hall effect sensor, which runs around here and measures how many times it goes around. There's the Hall effect sensor there. You will see it right there. And it runs back to here and tells the motor to slow to keep a certain rate, and that it consents that the motor's running properly and doesn't send a fault up to the main board. Toroidal core, which unclips via these two clips here. There's two clips, they'll undo that, and that stops any RF coming down this line. You'll still get the pulse signal because it's higher, but any noise won't come down through the line and cause grief to the control board. And the control board plugs in over the back there, and all we have to do now is sort out this management, this cable management at the back here, and I know it's very tight, and then find the Hall effect sensor. We'll probably undo those two screws and look for the actual Hall effect sensor on the main board and plug it in. These are mainly just a power supply and a couple of little signals coming down to increase or decrease the voltage to the motors, two different motors which can pulling the power from here. And yeah, they're live, so don't go playing with them when they're on. So you're going to have to solder an extra wire on for the earth, because it's nowhere near long enough for this setup. And I've got to remove that still. 2 screws will pull that out, and then you can work on it. Okay, having a quick look at this. What do we got? We've got some capacitors sitting there. There's where that control goes in from the motor, and this is a control coming down from the top of the display at the top. That has to go back in there, so it only goes in one way, so we'll be doing that in a second. And the other thing is here, that is the Hall effect sensor that needs to go back in, which just happens to be sitting right here. It needs to go back in there. There's 3 screws to disassemble. One's the earth screw, which is that one, and the other 2 are the lower ones. And if I can bring it out, you can just see that there is a connector there. I think that's going to the level motor that goes up and down, which is this motor here. And yeah, and there's the input, earth and neutral and active. Not sure if the blue is your neutral or active. And that's about it. So a close look, there's a whole circuit board. They're pretty much similar. Right next to the inputs, there's 3 op amps sitting there, so that they isolate the inputs. Anyway, that's it from me. I'm going to put this back together again, put the 2 screws in, put that connector on, and then start working on putting the wire up the pole. I'm just putting a little bit of Loctite on each one of these. This stuff is thread lock 262, which is a red color. It'll do the same stuff as the blue stuff, but it'll be easy to get apart when you need to compared to the other stuff. And then all I'm doing is tightening it up with my screwdriver, which is a hex screwdriver. And then I'm using, and if you haven't got one of those, you can use one of these, which will do the same job. And then I get it in the right spot that I want. And then I tighten that using this great big piece of steel that I drilled a hole in the end of it, which is that I showed you before. And I pop that on there, and it's like putting a hammer attachment to it. So, but problem is with this, once I pull it out, it's a pain in the ass to get back in sometimes. But I'm pretty happy with that. That'll hold that. I'm not over tightening, otherwise because these are only small threads, you don't want to stuff your threads up. And that's it. I've got the wire straight through. I use my piece of string to pull it out, and it's up the top, totally different connector. And now all I have to do is put the top bit back on. Okay, don't forget to put this leg on. I did, and then I had to repair it by taking the whole thing off, and now I'm going to have to attach this screwdriver back on again, loop it around and push it up through the guts, which is a pain in the ass. So put these bolts in first at the ends, and the other 2 tighten it off, which are the smaller ones. And don't forget to use a bit of Loctite on it. Sure, when you're putting the screws in on the side, that you get this all the way down and you've got no mark of a newer area than the older area, otherwise it won't lock in. Okay, so this bit here, which if I can bring it out, this bit here goes underneath this panel so that this will sleeve in behind, and you need to do it on both sides, and otherwise you'll have a gap. And then you need to do all your, I think it's about 5 screws on the bottom. Now, I made up a cable for the earth, and I'll show you that in a second. So what we've got here now is this has to fit into this connector here, hopefully. And we've got a heap of connectors up the top here that have snapped off from the original, which I missed right there. another one on the other side of it. Now I'm going to use those, if I can find any extra attachment areas, use glue them down to the floor, and then screw anything that I need to screw in onto it. So that'll be my next job. I've just finished screwing that in. The system works, I've already tested it. I'll show you in a minute. I've got to zip tie this to that so that it doesn't get in the way. And first I'm going to play with it because I need to put the other cup holder in. Now this unit here is a later model than the what is this? Sorry about that. It's a T23. So this is a later model. It's got way better. It's got this, probably the tablet's better because it's thinner and it can move. The original tablet's the one over there that I probably did a video on for a while back. It's the original tablet, and you can see how square and cumbersome that one is. This one is smaller, and there's less activities connected to this unit. I think you have to pay for a lot more on it, and it's called the One Touch Control. We'll see if that's the case, or whether I can, before I plug it together, I might look it up and see if I can hack it and see if it's hackable for some fun. Anyway, we'll keep moving along. Okay, so yeah, so here we've got our connection down here, which will have to go out of the way and zip tie to here. I might drill a couple of holes in there to hold that. And I made this up out of an old connector from, I think it was from one of the photocopiers I did. And then I hooked up two wires. One wire goes in to connect to the actual motherboard on the back of this, which I'll have a quick look in a minute. And the other one connects to here. And that uses a reed switch and two shorts, two separate circuits, to make sure that the key's on and emergency stop it if it needs to. Other than that, nothing much happening there. The display itself is smaller, as I said before, and I need to take these out because I forgot those two when I originally did it, only because we've got the problem of, and I don't know how I'm going to do this, you've got metal behind them. That's why I missed them. There's a piece of metal in behind those. So if you're doing the original, remember this is in the way and you need to move it. So I wonder if I can undo these two brackets here and lift it forward and get to them. We'll give that a try. Just to let you know, taking those two U-clamps off will let you get to the back of it, but it won't let you push it too far forward. There might be other screws involved. I'm in a bit of a hurry, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to get this long screwdriver, which is absolutely massive, and get in there and undo them. So they'll be undone in a minute. Okay, putting this thing back together again, you have two screws up in here, which is at the bottom. Then you have another two screws on here. The middle one doesn't exist anymore, so I zip tied both. You can't barely, well, I don't notice it. Then there's two screws at the bottom. The top ones don't exist. And then you've got two screws behind here. You have to take these two off to get to them, and that'll pop up. It's clipped in. So, and you've got to make sure that's nice and tight. So there's me two zip ties. They're barely noticeable, I know. Zip ties, but then it's not actually made for this. Now I have to do, and you can see straight away it's not made for it, because look at this angle here. Look at all that space there, just sitting there. Anything could fall in behind there, so I'm gonna have to make up something to stop it from falling in there. So that'll be fun. So yeah, you can see the air cut through there. And I've attached that with a bit of wire in behind, drilled 2 holes in the square box to attach that and make sure it doesn't go anywhere. Nice firm fit. And I'll put the other bit in here, but you can see straight away the top ones don't have anything to connect to. It's a bit of a pity. Anyway, and there's no fan on this model. The older T23 had a fan in there. Not a very good fan, but a fan. Probably a good thing that it's not there, because A, it just would be a pain in the ass. And I've noticed right there that the material wasn't put down properly on it. Other than that, the machine works. I'll just turn it on for you guys. Here we go. We've got the iFit going. We've got a key we can plug into it. I've got to find another key. I know I've got another one hanging around. They're nice and tight. I'll pop the other one of those drink containers in, which you guys don't really need to see. Just, I might have to fix this bit here, glue it on, and that's fine. Might have to flatten that out a bit. Might use a bit of glue that down. Other than that, she's fine. And she's loading up with the, I don't know whether it's the latest version, I don't know what model this is. If anyone knows the model of this unit, One Touch, please leave a comment below. If you've got this model, tell me which model it came out of, because they didn't actually tell me. I know it's similar to this one here. It was a later model. But yeah, and it's all going, ready to go. There's your Nordictrack up and running. You can log in or you can join. And there's that for you. If there's any hacks for this unit, please leave a comment below. Comment below to tell me what the hacks are.